Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and yet another Invisalign video. It's Invisalign week. And as always, whenever I do an Invisalign video, I have to give a few disclaimers. They were required by my legal team to prevent myself from getting in trouble again with Align Technology or any other company. So I make these videos. I do not profit from them. They're not owned by Align Technology. They're owned by me. They are my words, my clinical opinions, and I make them honestly just to help y'all. I don't profit from any of these besides the few cents Google gives me, which basically pays for nothing. I spend a lot of money making these and a lot of time. So how do I make my money? Well, I do have like a book and I have some consulting practices that I do that are orthodontic related, but these videos I make honestly just to help you guys because you guys are asking for them, and a lot of you cannot afford to spend $4, $5, $6, $10,000 to go to an aligner class. And to be really honest, although I haven't sat in on all those aligner classes, I've worked with a lot of doctors who have, and the principles is not at all how I would teach things. And I'm an orthodontist who's almost 20 years experience, who has done ridiculous amounts of aligner cases, braces cases, and phase 1 cases. And sometimes I think that there's better, in my opinion, better and safer and healthier and easier ways to explain things and there's no reason just not to make it free so you guys can reach the information out there. So that's why I do what I do. It's a way to give back to the community and to maybe doctors who are just getting started or in countries where they cannot afford that type of fee, but they want to give amazing orthodontic work. Also, these are more advanced educational videos. They're not going to make sense to you. And I always recommend strongly that you go ahead and learn phase 1 orthodontics and straight wire orthodontics before you go on to aligner orthodontics. Of course, aligner companies aren't going to tell you that because they don't provide that type of education. So they think you could just go straight into aligners. Well, you need to learn it the way all orthodontists did. And all orthodontists, unless maybe you just graduated yesterday, we all learned braces first, airway, functional appliances first, and then this. And it makes so much more sense because all the principles build on that. It will just be a breeze if you learn it that way. You do not have to necessarily provide those services, but you just need to understand them. And then you'll do way better aligner treatment plans. That is the foundation of how I teach. So when you listen to my Invisalign playlist, which has over 300 videos and it's free, and that's why I don't teach a course, because I want to be able to say what I want and not be prevented. If you work with a company to make a course, they really block what you can say. And that never felt good to me. So that's why I go rogue. But anyways, like I always like to say, I've had a few situations before when Invisalign has gotten upset about stuff I've posted. Not that it was wrong, it was just my opinion, and they've threatened me with lawyers. And it's been many years, I'll be honest. So I think they must have settled down a little bit and realized I'm not out to get them. I'm actually probably helping them. But I'm hoping, I don't like lawyers. And then it costs me a lot of money. And then I have to raise my consulting prices to pay for it, which isn't fair to anyone. So I always now have to put this disclaimer: Invisalign, Align Technology, and I'm talking about Joe Hogan and the C-suite team. If you don't like what I'm posting, all you have to do is email me directly. It can't be a territory manager or a rep or some guy that's just hanging out in a cubicle in Santa Clara or in Raleigh-Durham. No, I have to know who you are. You have to be a big fish, and the big fish has to contact me directly and say the why behind me taking it down. Gladly take it down, no trouble, okay? All right, so today we're going to talk about all this scribble scrabble at the bottom, okay? And I always like to say reading a Clin Check or doing a Clin Check is like reading a map. If you don't know how to read a map, I don't care if you do digital maps, paper maps, you have to know the long game in doing a map. Orthodontics is a puzzle. Clear aligners is a puzzle, okay? And you got to know how to read the map. Now, they have some funky stuff that goes on at the bottom of the Clins. If you know, you're going to see like white lines, you're going to see gray lines, you're going to see hashed lines, you're going to see, it's so confusing. So I just want to go over a few of these and things to look out for. And a lot of this circles back to your preferences. And if you're taking an engine course and if you imported preferences for that engine, and I'm not allowed to mention the engines by name because last time I did, it got me in trouble. So just look up Invisalign engines and you'll figure it out what I'm talking about. A lot of times they automatically do it and I don't like it. So first of all, the blue. Anytime you see blue is VPC or overcorrection aligners. I don't want that on your default at all unless you know what you're doing. Take that out, go through your preferences and remove it. If you're seeing blue on your treatment plans, unless I'm helping teach you, the why behind it, you will screw up your plans. So to get rid of the VPC, get rid of the blue if it's showing up. Take it out of your preferences. If you need help, we do offer this service as a part of a one-off session or as part of our concierge or VIP plan. Okay, number 2. Keep your eye out for aligners that just randomly stop, okay? So this is upper and then this is lower. Like in this case, you only get one lower aligner and that's it. Well, so you're gonna keep going on the top while you just wear one nasty lower aligner. Maybe you didn't really have much to do on the bottom. I don't know why that's happening, but that's nasty. If somebody is going through treatment on one arch, first of all, no one should really have single arch treatment. There's a few exclusions. Please watch my single arch videos. But this wasn't even single arch because there is something at the bottom. So you're getting shortchanged. You're getting cheaped. You know what? You always have a right in a dual arch to have at least passive aligners, which is gray, okay, on the other arch. At least switch them out, make them clean, because you still have to, even if you did any treatment, you still have to wear something full time, and that's just disgusting. So this is a big no, okay? And that has to do something with your preferences. You have to fix them. I don't have an issue with passive aligners. There's always an option if you have less treatment on one arch to do the passive aligners the rest of the treatment, or you can slow down the slower treatment to match up. I'm usually more of a fan of the passive aligners because if it's just going crazy slow, what happens if it goes too slow? Take out the VPC, and as always, one arch of something is never a great idea. So that's pretty much the things you're gonna look at. If you wanna see what MA looks like, it's like a blue hash. It looks a little bit different. If you see a gray hash, it's a bite jump, which isn't a problem, but it's not always the most predictable. So just keep that in mind. And it doesn't really happen like the animation says. So just look at your lines on the bottom on every single case. It's probably the first thing my eyeball goes to whenever I look at a case. All right, thanks. And if you are Invisalign listening to this was not a negative video at all. It was not. It was a helpful video. And you guys don't explain this very well. You can hover your mouse over the Clincheck, over these various things, and it'll explain it. But honestly, the average general dentist has no idea what these things mean. So